Welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal channel. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. Mikel Arteta has been speaking to the media ahead of our tie against Ipswich this Sunday, and he has given us a massive update on Kai Havertz. He says he's going to be coming back earlier than expected. They all expected him to be working hard, and that is what's going on. He's given us an update on Ricardo Calafiori and Jorginho. Will these players be available for PSG? Mikel has been answering all those questions, and if we don't have Jorginho and Partey, will we see Lewis Kelly integrated into the midfield? Mikel has been speaking about that as well, and it's interesting because we're going to have that conversation as well. Should Lewis Kelly be integrated into the midfield if Partey and Jorginho are not ready? We know he's a midfielder, naturally, that has been shifted at left back. Should Mikel Arteta make that move? We'll be also talking about the Ipswich preview. It's a game that Arsenal need to win. When did we last win a Premier League game? I mean, we are all basking in this euphoria of the UEFA Champions League, beating Real Madrid, but Arsenal drawing too many games in the Premier League, and I think Ipswich is the right game for us to bounce back into winning ways. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Let me know what you think about Lewis Kelly into midfield, and let's talk about Mikel Arteta's comments. So the first thing he's been talking about is that Kai Havertz injury update, and he was asked whether Kai is going to come back early, like reports have been indicating, and he has said yes. Now, this is quite very tricky, because usually Mikel, when he's asked about such sensitive information and sensitive, areas of of the team, he's always going to give you a vague answer. But this time, he says yes. He's pushing harder than anyone. He's pushing everyone in the gym, and the way he's working, you can't keep him out for a much longer period. So that already tells you, by the manager coming out to say publicly that Kai Havertz is pushing everyone and could be coming back very soon, that already tells you where Kai is in terms of his rehabilitation. Now, he's been asked whether he's going to be playing for Arsenal against PSG, and he said PSG, the semi-finals, probably a little bit too early. But when it comes to the rest of the season, when it comes to the remainder of the season, probably we could see Kai Havertz come back. Now, my feeling is that Arsenal have to do whatever they can to go through the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League, probably without Partey in the first leg, without Jorginho in the first leg as well, and without Kai Havertz. Kai will not be ready. I think for me, he's coming back, but he won't be ready by then. And Mikel says it right there that PSG might be coming too early, but we expect him to be coming back a little bit sooner than expected. When it comes to Jorginho, I'm going to give you that update from Mikel, but it doesn't really look good at the moment. But for Partey, he's got that yellow card. Now, for me, when it comes to Kai Havertz, it's going to be a massive boost for us as a team, especially in the final. He's one of the players, like I said a week ago, he's one of the players that have played in the finals of the UEFA Champions League and gone ahead to win it. He knows the environment, he knows the atmosphere, he can deal with the emotions, and this Arsenal team is going to need good news after good news after good news this campaign if you're going to end up with something. Now, I've already said that despite the fact that we've had a bad campaign, this UEFA Champions League run is something for us to smile about. And I think Kai Havertz coming back for the final, it might be something different. Now, a few people have already told me you don't want to play Kai Havertz over Mikel Merino. I think Merino is effective, honestly. But when it comes to Mikel Arteta and executing his instructions, you can't doubt Kai Havertz. Kai is a player that has understood Mikel Arteta to the core. He's understood him as the manager. He's understood him, as a tactician. He understands what he requires, and he performs to the detail of the task. But of course, Kai Havertz, massive update from Mikel Arteta right there. Let's hope he comes back and he doesn't suffer any setbacks. This Arsenal team could need a couple of people coming back. Gabriel is not coming back, so if we can get one of our best goal-scoring players this season to come back, who says we don't need him? Now, on Ricardo Calafiori, Mikel says he's more likely to make it to the PSG game on the 29th of this month. However, when it comes to this game against Ipswich tomorrow, on Sunday, he's not available. He's completely out of this one. He's not coming to play for Arsenal against Ipswich. And I think with Ricardo Calafiori, I don't know whether we need to have a separate video or we just need to ignore. He suffered so many injuries at the beginning of this campaign. Like, this is his inaugural season at Arsenal. This is his debut season at Arsenal. And the amount of injuries he has suffered, they are terrifying. They are worrying. Ricardo Calafiori was meant to be the solution to Alexander Zinchenko. You know, defensively, he's an outstanding player, but also in terms of the injury-prone nature of Zinchenko, we thought we would bring in a player that could give us that reassurance, the way Julian Timber has done it this campaign, the way Ben White has done it for the last 2 seasons, that you have a left back that is consistently available whenever you need them. But with Ricardo Calafiori, I'm not really sure. And again, at this point in time, I don't think there's so many Arsenal fans that would love him to play against this pessy PSG side over Lewis Kelly, over Julian Timber, over any of the defensive options we have. I wouldn't choose him over Kivio, I wouldn't choose him over Scully, and I wouldn't choose him over Timber at left back or at left centre back. So what is the point of Ricardo Calafiori? Is he a bad signing? No, I don't think it's a bad signing. I think for 36, 38 million euros, that was a very good signing. And if Arsenal decided to sell right now, they could they could get well above 40 million euros. But as a player and his addition to this side, he's not one of the regulars, but he's always injured, right? I think we'll have to talk about him in a separate video. But Mikel says he could be available for PSG, and again, that could be a boost because we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe by the time we get to PSG, Lewis Kelly has something or is feeling something, or maybe Julian Timber is tired, or maybe something has happened, right? God forbid it doesn't happen, but if it does, Ricardo Calafiori is always an option. Now, Jorginho, more than ever, more than you can believe, Arsenal fans are praying that Jorginho is okay. And I'm going to tell you, it's not looking good. Really, it isn't looking good. Because Mikel has been asked about Jorginho's fitness, and he said he's still feeling something, right? The impact of the injury. And therefore, the doctors are going to be in a better place to give us an update. This is the same manager that has told us Kai is pushing everyone and pushing to come back. You see the difference in reporting there tells you the magnitude of Jorginho's injury and the progress Kai has made. So for me, I think with Jorginho, this is what I want to say. With Jorginho, he's got to be available. He's got to be available, right? Against PSG, without Thomas Partey, yes, it's at the Emirates Stadium, and I know Mikel has been speaking about the Champions League, and it was like, I prefer the second leg being at the Emirates. We are so lucky that Thomas Partey has picked up a yellow card, and the first leg against PSG is at the Emirates. You can contain the game at home, you can contain them in your own house, and then you can, with Partey and the full house available, you can attack them at the Parc des Princes. So Jorginho is not likely to be available for PSG. Now, it's a long time out. Today is the 19th. It's 10 days away, right? We play PSG in 10 days. We have 2 games in between. The game that we take on against Ipswich, and then the midweek fixture, I think it's against Brentford or Crystal Palace, one of those 2. So I think maybe by the time we play PSG, maybe Jorginho has made some better, recoveries, but it's not looking good. Now, Mikel has been asked whether Lewis Kelly will be asked to jump into midfield duty if we don't have Jorginho and Partey. And he said, we've got a couple of options. So if we don't have Partey and Jorginho, we'll look at who is available, we'll look at the players that are available, and then we'll see what to do. Obviously, Mikel needs to understand this, right? This midfield is lightweight now. Without Partey, without Jorginho, it is absolutely lightweight. We've got some options. Rice can play where Partey, is supposed to, and then Lewis Kelly can play where Declan Rice is supposed to. I mean, it has worked before. Against Madrid in the first leg, Lewis Kelly was playing alongside Thomas Partey, and it was a disaster for Real Madrid, right? So maybe Lewis Kelly alongside Rice, that could work. They've got immense energy. They are full of themselves. They really dribble a lot, and they're players that really love to win the ball back, and they can take care of the ball very, very well. But If that doesn't happen, I also think that Trossard coming into the number 9 role and then Mikel Merino dropping into midfield, Rice filling in for Partey, that could be an option. But would I love to see Lewis Kelly play in midfield against PSG? I'm skeptical. I mean, this is a young lad and he has had an amazing season, a beautiful season. But for you to shift him like that in such a game, it might cost him. Why don't we play him at left back for the rest of the campaign, and maybe he starts a new preseason where he starts in midfield, right? Maybe Arsenal get a left back, maybe we sign someone who can play at left back, and then Lewis Kelly moves into midfield. For me, I wouldn't risk him in the PSG game. He's had a very good span at left back. I would leave him there for quite some time, and then we see what happens. Now, obviously, we're taking on Ipswich this weekend. I know the Premier League is gone, and Mikel has said we are going to try to win against Ipswich so that Liverpool don't become champions this weekend. All right, but I think the key question about this game is, what is the importance of this game really? What is the why are we playing Ipswich? Apart from us finishing our duties and finishing all the fixtures we have in the campaign, why are we really taking on Ipswich? And these are the two answers I've got. One, they play like PSG. Now, I know, listen to me. You guys are going to be absolutely mad because you said Ipswich play like PSG. Are you crazy? I'm going to explain that. But also, secondly, I think Arsenal just need to keep this winning run going on and boost confidence and get back onto winning ways in the Premier League so that we don't fall into third against the Nottingham Forest side. No, it wouldn't look good. So let me explain. Why do they play like PSG? So when you look at McKenna as a manager, he's one of the tacticians that are really lovable and enjoyable. You love to see Ipswich play. You love to see them have the ball. And the reason for that is, unlike Southampton, unlike Leicester, Ipswich have this kind of energy to themselves, about them. They've got this kind of beautiful quality to them. And yes, they've not had a wonderful season, and maybe the level of the Champions League, of the Premier League, is now too high for clubs coming from the Championship. We have seen 3 clubs go down last season, and 3 clubs will go down as well this season as soon as they're promoted. But Ipswich have positional play, and they switch positions like nothing. And they're a team that are brave, and they're a team that believe they can do it, and they're a team that are going to give you everything they've got. That is PSG, right? And Mikel is going to have to look into this game, not just like we are playing Ipswich, but what if this was PSG, right? Are the patterns a little bit similar? Yeah, a little bit similar. I think this is low quality opposition that is going to give you a challenge, and PSG is high quality opposition that is going to give us a challenge. So we need to look at this game very, very closely. In terms of the confidence, I think we are really confident after beating Madrid at their own home. But you just want to keep on winning. You just want to keep on going. You just want to keep on doing the right things. And I think that's what Mikel wants to do, and I think that's what we're going to continue to do. Keep this unbeaten run. Yes, we've drawn a couple of games, but just keep the unbeaten run. And I want to see Arsenal get back to winning ways in the Premier League. I mean, we drew against Everton. We drew against... What did we play against again? Everton 0-0. We had that 1-0 draw against... was it Brentford? I think it was Brentford, wasn't it? So it looks like we have just forgotten how to win in the Premier League. Now, do we go full power? No, obviously not. We don't go full power. In my opinion, this is the kind of game where Arsenal should be rotating a few players, rest some, and then just keep others going, right? So the first one I would love to see come on is Raheem Sterling. Yeah, I mean, he's not done a lot, but these are the kind of games where at least he can earn his money. Ethan Nwaneri, I know a few people might be taken aback by Ethan Nwaneri's lack of game time, but make no mistake, the talent that he is, he played for Arsenal at 15. Ethan Nwaneri is a wonderful player. So I would love to see Ethan Nwaneri get his time. Trossard start as well. Kieran Tierney as well, in my opinion, should be starting in this game. It should be a game that Arsenal win in relaxed mode. Like, if we fail to win this game in relaxed mode, I don't know, right? So the starting 11 should be the same that we've been seeing. Apart from Trossard should be starting on the left for Gabriel Martinelli. Saka rested. Ethan Nwaneri starting. Trossard in the middle for Mika Merino, and then Sterling on the left, something like that. And then Kieran Tierney at left back, Lewis Kelly rotated. I would love Julian Timber to get that bit of resting time, but I don't think he's going to get it. We don't have so many options, right? So talk to me in the comment box below what you think about this game. Arsenal should be able to win. I mean, I don't want to be disappointed for another weekend where Arsenal don't win a Premier League game.